everyone. Am I audible and visible to all of you? Can you please confirm? Uh, Kindly confirm me once if everything is working fine. Uh, all good? Okay. So, welcome to another editorial analysis. I am your faculty of English on CGB Mentors. My name is Niharika John Mehra, and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. Now, these are the regular sessions that we have here. 8 p.m. we have editorial analysis from Mondays to Saturdays. That's what we have. And 1:30 p.m. we have EPFO classes Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, so we are practicing some EPFO English section questions here. And yes, 8 p.m. is a power packed session of editorial analysis where we start with skimming, then we go to the vocab portion, we go to the grammar portion, and then we go through some MCQ. Okay, so this is everything you need: comprehension, understanding of grammar, and knowledge of vocabulary. Through skimming, what you are gonna do is you will go through the passage. In a way, you are capturing the image of it. Okay, that's the way you do it. You capture the image, you take the image, and then what do is try and pick some important words in your mind. Like your mind will tell you, okay, that these are the words, we need to focus on these words, and slowly you will jump and read, go through the words, okay, जो कि यहाँ पर आपको ऐसे मिलेंगे, those words which are important and will make sense, and have give you an idea of overall passage. Okay, so that's how it is. Now I'll give you some time. I'll put a timer for you all. This is editorial taken from the Hindu newspaper. Okay, so please make sure that you read in the given time. जल्दी से like और share कर दो, subscribe the channel if you are new here. Let's start. Jump and read. Translate मत करो दिमाग में. Don't go with lip sync. Okay. Okay, I'll read for you and explain you guys as well. Okay, so greater share on states and central taxes. किसका किसके ऊपर greater share, what type of taxes देखते हैं. States deserve a bigger share of central taxes in post GST era. So now author is going to argue that how states they are supposed to get the bigger share here. Okay, of course it's between them. Now PM Narendra Modi's exhortation, that means praising, exhortation is urging somebody to do something, to the CM gathered at the 10th Council meeting of Niti Aayog over the weekend in Delhi, that the center and states should come together as Team India to propel the country forward, means to take the country forward, is a good sentiment. It is a good thought, but it belies reality. Belie karna is झूठ बोलना, it to misrepresent. So author is saying that the exhortation and all was good to go. It was nice. It is something we understand sentimentally, but this is far away from reality. The center-states relationship now is a one-way street, with the center resorting to the stick and occasionally to the carrot method. Okay, so stick and carrot method is punishment and reward approach. Okay, stick if you do something wrong, reward like the carrot if you do something good. So author is saying that currently the state awards when something good happens and maybe punishes when something goes wrong occasionally, to make states comply with its wishes. So the center here is dominant in the present type of relationship. The states are finding it increasingly difficult to voice their often genuine and serious grievances. So states are struggling here to talk about, to work on the serious grievances, genuine grievances at the national level, since federal bodies such as Niti Aayog or GST Council do not meet often. These bodies, they don't meet often, so how will they reach out to the center? Meeting once a year is it's not nearly enough for the governing council of a body whose very first objective is to develop a shared vision of national development priorities. So of course the frequency of meeting here, author is finding it non-satisfactory, that it is enough for the work that is to be done. The GST Council too has not met in more than 5 months. Of course, now we are talking about specifically this council, when regulation says it should meet at least once a quarter. And as per the regulation, every 4 months, every 3 months they are supposed to meet. So when the states do get a chance to speak at national level, they did as they did on Saturday, most have no choice but to focus on their individual problems or achievements rather than on a collaborative team approach. So what happens, because frequency is less, कभी कभी मौका मिल रहा है मिलने का, अपनी बात रखने का, they start talking more about the individual problems and achievements rather than coming as Team India, working together with the center. There were, however, some notable deviations where CM looked beyond their state borders in an attempt to drive national growth. But SNA, occasionally we have seen there was this instance where CMs, they are not just concerned about their own state but of national growth. One was Andhra Pradesh CM proposal for the creation of 3 subgroups of states to focus attention on the issues of GDP growth and investment. So this was one of the suggestions which was for the whole India. Leveraging India's demographic bounty and using technology to drive governance. So these were the suggestions he made. Subgroups are a good way. तो उनकी थोड़ी सी एक अलग प्रकार की grouping कर दो, and it's a good way for the center to bring states on board. If it finds a body comprising all states to be too unwieldy means cumbersome, manage नहीं हो रहा है, let's say that all the states meeting up at the same time, or it's too much to handle, and listening everything about individual states, making sure that everyone is heard, then make subgroup, उनकी भी और थोड़ी grouping कर दो. So let's say 10 states meet at a time and then next 10 states meet another time. Something like this is suggested here. The most notable pan-India suggestion was probably Tamil Nadu CM's call for the center to share 50% of its tax revenue with the states. So this was the most notable one. Pan-India suggestion hai ye, but this came from Tamil Nadu CM. Now he is saying that center must share 50% of tax revenue with the states, up from the current formula of 41. So currently 41% GST goes to the state. The tax revenue goes to the state, but now they are proposing 50% should be given. This is an issue that certainly requires more discussion. Of course, understandable. The implicit condition behind. Implicit is something which is implied, not clearly spoken or written. Such condition behind the center providing states compensation for any losses arising out of GST for 5 years was the states would use this time to bolster their own tax revenues. So there was a condition which was not written but it was there, that the center provides states compensation for any losses. Loss हुआ तो center provide करेगा related to GST for 5 years. Now this was something that the states would use this time. This was why this was given, so that states would strengthen their own tax revenues. While progress on this has been patchy, something which is patchy is it's not even. कभी है कभी नहीं है. With some states doing far better than others. Some are doing way better and some are lagging behind. It has nevertheless been significant. The states combined own tax revenues as a percentage of gross state domestic product grew from 6.6 to 7.2. On the other hand, GST has failed to live up its potential. Now, the author is also saying that GST in itself has failed to live up to its potential, with net revenues only surpassing pre-GST indirect tax levels. Since GST subsumed many of the state levies, it seems only fair that the center seriously consider their demand for a bigger share. So author is in the favor that yes, states must get the bigger share, or whatever they are 50% they are demanding in the central taxes. Okay. Let's go through some vocabulary before I ask some grammar questions. So exhorting or exhortation is prerna dena, urging, appealing, praising something or someone so that others get motivated. Vilai is a verb. It means asatya dikhana, something which is contradictory, so you contradict, you misrepresent something. Anything which is unwieldy is very tough, kathin, cumbersome hai, manage nahi ho pa rahi hai. To bolster is samarthan dena, strengthen. This is a very common word, we have done it and it is frequently asked in exams as well. Patchy, uneven, same nahi hai, alag alag. Subsume is absorb and incorporate. Take completely into something. कोई चीज किसी में पूरी तरह से absorb हो गई. Demographic bounty means population dividend. Okay, bounty is actually लाभ. So when the population, because of the number that we have in the population, it is giving us some benefit, that is demographic bounty. Propel is आगे बढ़ाना, drive, push forward or throw forward. It's like a quick push to forward. धीरे धीरे आराम आराम से. Stick and carrot method is punishment and reward approach, already explained. Leveraging is taking full advantage, exploiting in a good manner to take benefit out of something, or making money, making benefits out of something, capitalizing on something. Implicit is aprakat roop se. It is implied, it is not clearly given, mentioned, written, but we understand that it exists. Unspoken hota hai wo. ठीक है? चलो. First question, the sentence starts here and यहाँ तक, but के बाद वाला है. I want you to give me subject and verb of the sentence. Come on, guys. Think and answer quickly. Exhortation is the first noun of the sentence, with other nouns being exhortation kiska tha, explaining that. So definitely you have this word as the subject. Now exhortation kisko tha, to the CM. It gather CMs जो है वो gather हुए, तो exhortation gather नहीं हो सकता था. Definitely not my word. Then आगे बढ़ो. In New Delhi, now the exhortation that the center should come together as team to propel is a good sentiment. Okay, so exhortation किसका, क्यों, कब और क्या exhortation बताने के बाद is the main verb here. See so far. Part of speech of this word. This is adverb. Now subject and verb of this sentence. So what do you get to see here? Is this important for RBI classes? Yeah, editorial classes are very important. As I told in the beginning that they cover vocabulary, which of course is something you need for any exam, including the RBI exam. It has grammar, where you want to frame correct sentences in your descriptive. You want to do the error detection, sentence correction question correctly. Then you have the MCQs and question practice. Reading should be fast enough so that you check your essays, press C, do RCs very quickly. You don't waste time on that. So of course, this is something, it's gonna help any exam that has English in it. So there is what we get in the beginning of the sentence. That means after the verb, I need to check the agreement with the noun for deviations. Mm, part of speech. So whenever there is there, it is not called a subject. Subject is technically after the word, but it is a case of there as a subject. It is acting as adjective, present participle, V1 ing as adjective. Okay. Part of speech. Not part of speech. Give me the subject and verb agreement. Pardon. Subject and verb agreement of the whole sentence that I have marked. No, it is not a gerund. The implicit condition, first noun, that's my subject. Behind the center, center providing compensation for something for years. The condition was that something something, है ना? तो ये was जो है इसका verb है. So the tone of the given passage here was critical and analytical. Okay. Summary is like this, that the editorial critiques the widening imbalance in center-state fiscal relationships which are monetary related. Post GST, despite rhetoric like Team India, कहने को तो narrative है Team India, mechanisms such as Niti Aayog and GST Council remain underutilized. They are not meeting often. So how it is Team India when you don't even care to meet? Reducing state governments to passive participants. Now, passive participants here, it means that that they are not active and they are not doing much. They cannot do much. Okay. Tamil Nadu's demand for increasing state share of central taxes from 41 to 50 is backed by valid reasoning. So it's the valid reasoning of the demand that CM has extended. Given the GST subsumed many of the state's own tax avenues and is yet to fulfill its revenue potential. तो GST की वजह से जो खुद स्टेट के टैक्सेस हैं वो सफर करें. In this context, a more equitable fiscal arrangement is not just desired but a necessary federalism. Okay, for federalism. So we want to say that अकेला सेंट्रल को ही सब कुछ चला जाए एंड स्टेट सफर करते रह जाए, दैट शुड नॉट बी द केस. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ इट इज. टाइम फॉर यू गाइस टू आंसर सम क्वेश्चंस. Answer to this one is B. What contradiction does editorial highlight? It doesn't reflect in the Team India thing. It doesn't reflect the ground reality of the power dynamics because clearly the state has more power in present scenario. Make sure to like and share the session, guys. Okay, the answer to this one is C, no doubt. Why does editorial view Tamil Nadu's demand as reasonable? Because states lost revenue autonomy after GST. Third one. See again, according to the editorial, which one of the primary structural flaws is there in the current mechanism? Rare meetings. कभी कभी मिल रहे हैं. If you're, this is थोड़ा सा technical, fourth one. I mean something you might only be able to answer if you remember. The center promised to compensate states under GST for how long? 5 years. We are asking 5. Answer is B. The suggestion to form subgroups is intended to address region-specific challenges cooperatively. तो रीजन वाइज हो गया, नॉर्थ इंडिया का, साउथ इंडिया का, सेंट्रल इंडिया का, सो वो सारी चीजें सॉल्व हो जाएंगी. क्या? चलो, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एरर डिटेक्शन. Answer to the sixth one is yes. The GST Council has not been met. It is not a passive thing. Meet यही लोग कर रहे हैं. The action के doer जो है ये हैं. तो been नहीं आएगा. The GST Council has not met in more than 5 months despite regulations and this, which is a serious procedural lapse. Answer is super easy for this one also. While states have been urged to bolster their collection, urging is done by someone. So, of course, we have passive applicable here. The central transfers have not grown proportionately. Okay, so transfers is used as a noun here, and the is used ना, तो the के साथ central तो बोल नहीं सकते थे. We needed a noun, so the central transfers, these have not grown. The idea of Team India, the idea loses sheen when national institutions, when के बाद का subject, meant to promote cooperation between them. Institutions meant is seldom convened. No, no, no. Are seldom convened or prioritized. So, yes, D में R आएगा. Ninth one. Sheen means shine, but in that case, it is not that attractive. It has no luster in it. Team India as a slogan because things actually are something else. So, subgroups between states are seen as effective mechanism, as an effective mechanism. We have a countable noun here. Actually, it can be uncountable also, but the way we are saying things here, it is one mechanism out of others, and that's why article is required. Okay, so as are seen as an effective mechanism to circumvent the difficulty of what coordinating with what a large national council. Next one. Yeah, articles वाले error हमेशा challenging होते हैं. So every time if there is an article related error, you have to be extra careful. But you will know this if you know theory well, you practice well, and if you are very sensitive towards how articles are used. इसलिए theory भी जरूरी है, practice भी जरूरी है. Despite the center's assurances, many states remain skeptical of what the fairness and transparency दोनों noun है in fiscal devolution. So definitely answer यहाँ पे E. Okay, so yeah, that's there. We are all done. I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow now. We have session here, EPFO practice, 1:30 p.m. and then later 8 p.m. again this class. Okay. Thank you so much all of you for joining the session. In case you have forgotten, like or share kar do, subscribe our channel and join our Telegram if you want free PDFs. डिटेल्स आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएंगी. टेक केयर ऑल ऑफ यू. बाय.